Welcome to Doing It My Way, where project management, product management, communication, brand, and IT all come together and are shaped by my curiosity and a unique way of thinking. I'm your host, Beata Matras. Expect a mix of solo episodes because who doesn't like talking to oneself and engaging conversations with guests because I love connecting with people. Tune in every week to listen to the new episode that awaits you. Hi, Magda. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation to my podcast.
Hello, Beata. Thank you for this invitation. It's great to be here.
I'm really happy that you accepted the invitation. And briefly, as an introduction, I will tell our listeners what they can expect from our conversation today. So, in today's episode, we will explore user experience lead designer role and how this role connects with the word of product. There will be definitely a lot about relationships because Magda is one of the people, one of the leaders who can combine being an expert in their field and also having a people first mindset. That's how I see you, Magda.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Thank you.
and Magda, could you introduce yourself? What are you doing? What's your experience?
Hello, everyone. I am Magdalena and I have over 15 years of professional experience in UX and product design industry. As a designer, I had a chance to design and drive business intelligence products, including sales data visualization dashboards for companies like Coca-Cola, Macy's, Polo Ralph Lauren. Um, in this period of time, together with developers, we created a real-time data system for American bankers as well, which helped to monitor and alert bank employees about frauds in nearest location. And as you mentioned, later I started the second chapter of my professional career as a lead when I joined 7 years ago fintech, and I became UX UI team lead. I had the chance to shape a product design team which contained between 4 and 11 designers. In completely different locations as well, because in Krakow, in Bangalore, in UK as well. I discovered that setting ways of working and supporting designers in their projects and career development paths is something I feel, and I believe I found my professional space, in my life where I would like to continue and be, to be honest. And I guess that's all.
Okay, so from what I understand is that being focused on people, supporting them in their development journey is your passion, and that's something you would like to do, especially in UX and design area.
Yeah, definitely. It's something I like to do, and I feel it. And I do understand completely our industry, and I know what kind of problems they may have, every day during work on projects, etc. And I believe this is something where I can be helpful for them and just to support them on daily basis.
Yeah, I think you are doing a great job right now with your team and also managing stakeholders, collaborating with them, and yeah, and focusing on the user because that's what user experience is about, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. About whole look and feel, how user interact with our products and services and systems, and how users feel about it, and whole user experience, interaction, design, everything. Yeah.
Okay, but before we move to the certain topics or questions related to user experience and design, I would like to ask you about the challenge that you might have because as an experienced user experience designer, let's say, in the financial services industry, which is very stressful, I think you faced a challenge of finding a balance between professional and personal demands. It can be definitely difficult to protect time for family, for friends, and for our personal health. Do you have any tools, ways, how to prioritize these aspects of your life, balancing it with the demands of the work?
Oh, it's super good question, to be honest. Well, it's never easy, just to keep perfect balance between professional and private life, because probably you know as well how it is, and there are situations when work requires extra focus and extra time from you, and you must, just to spend this time and just to give this focus to your work and all your tasks. But there are situations when your private life or health requires, extra space. So you definitely will prioritize this as a most important thing in your life. Uh, yeah, but being more specific and just to thinking about my daily routine and my to-do list. So what I'm trying to do is to mark the most important tasks and priorities as a red one. So I know that if something has got the red color, this is something must be done today. So in general, rack system, red, amber, green. If the task is yellow or green, I know that it can wait. It's never like that everything has got like the same importance. So we can just a bit juggling it, and just to select the most important pieces. And sometimes it's even better, just to close your laptop at 5 p.m., just to go exercise, visit your CrossFit box, just to try to just to focus on your exercise, health, and later on the very next day, just come back to your to-do list, and with completely fresh head and new energy, and just it will be easier to focus, and maybe it will be faster to find better solution on the problems you've got, or task you need to just make them done. And weekends definitely for family, friends, and for my hobbies. And during weekends I try to just to hide my computer to the deepest corner and don't think about it at all until Monday, because it's with completely new energy I can just open a computer on Monday and start the week after weekend. So I try to not work at weekends at all.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that approach. I mean, working on the weekend, oh, well, in my current situation, when I'm trying to juggle, when I'm trying to, balance, let's say, my like 9 to 5 job, recording the podcast and also writing a book,
You've
which
got
is
a
my
lot.
personal hobby. Yeah, there's a lot on my plate. So working or just spending time on the weekend on the things that I like, which is actually also like kind of maybe working. Yeah, can be difficult. But what I could see is that if I'm super tired and I will not spend some time on like real rest, which for me is, for example, yeah, doing sports, is writing, is meeting people, I'm less productive. This is the one thing. But also, the second thing is that I see much more negativity in the world,
Hmm.
which I think in user experience designer role is crucial to not have this kind of bias or negative thinking, negative approach to people. Do you have any experiences where your personal feeling, your personal like state, being, for example, tired, played a significant role in shaping a user experience?
Definitely. So it's a good question, especially maybe not user experience, but in a perspective of being a leader for a people. So I must admit that I'm trying to not make any important decisions being under emotions. I trying to just to catch the moment when I feel emotionally connected, with the problem or with the situation, and just to definitely just to stop for a while because for me it's a sign that I should make step back, just to rethink, detach from the problem for a while, fall into sleep for sure, and make second approach for on the very next day to this problem, just to be sure that I make my decision based on the facts, on the data, not under emotions. Because yeah, as a pure UX designer, I know that behind every decision they must be rational and arguments.
Okay, yeah, that's the approach that I'm trying to learn because it's not perfect yet. But yeah, taking a nap is definitely a good idea, and to have a fresh look on the problem, to have fresh look on the emotions that you're experiencing, and if they are true, or is it, for example, some past memories just coming by and yeah, and making you to make the same, for example, mistake or the same reaction twice.
Yeah, to be honest,
But we can,
it takes
yeah,
time. It's not like that just to you are able just to disconnect from your emotion and just to make only good decisions based only on facts. We are human beings, so so it's like you must practice a lot, because and it's good to be self-consciousness about it when you are under emotions, and try to find the right moment, that this is now, and now I should stop, and just to just to put the problem or put this task, just to park it for a while. And I believe this is something to train.
yeah, something to train, and there are definitely some tools that we can use to train this. For example, psychotherapy. This is a
Hmm.
great example of a training of making decision based on what you actually feel and also think, and what kind of like, so it's like also according to your values, and it needs time. It's the process. Yeah, it sometimes takes few years to actually get to the point where you know what you feel, you know how to call it, you know what you think, and that it's not biased by something, for example. And yeah, and it brings a lot of self-awareness, self-consciousness, and influences our reactions. So yeah, definitely, highly recommended.
Continuous improvement process,
Yeah,
on yourself.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I think it's a time to move actually to the UX related questions. So, Magda, can you explain to our listeners what user experience is and how it relates to design, and
Mhm.
why UX matters at all?
Of course. So user experience design is the whole user feeling user has when interact with the product, system or service. It includes user perception, how fast and easy she or he can achieve goals or solve problems in context of using particular product, system or service. If you ask me how it's related with design itself, so I would say that shortly, design is the final outcome of UX process. So when you just went through all stages, UX stages, like for example, problem statement phase, discovery phase, data analysis, concept testing, you will get to the final design. And second part of your question was related why
Why
UX,
UX
yeah,
matters? Why
matters,
is it important?
why it's important, yeah. And because shortly, because we design and build products for end users, and we must take their perspective and abilities into consideration during whole product creation process.
I totally agree that, if we create product, there shouldn't be based on our predictions or what we feel, but yeah, focused on the needs of the end users. I'm wondering because sometimes I feel that in companies, UX and design, they're seen more like, oh, beautiful, pictures or beautiful designs. That's all. But behind that, there is actually enormous user focus, enormous amount of information and data about yeah end users, And yeah, this is like the crucial part to actually create the product. Have you experienced that?
Yeah, definitely. We need to know who our target user is, and we need to, just to design specifically for this group of users. And it's not always like that. That our bias or our experience, how we using digital products, let's say, should influence, on the way how we design the products for completely different target groups. So it's like, you need to sometimes be able just to split your personal experience, because you need to keep in your mind that maybe the end user of the product you at the moment designing can expect completely different interaction or completely different, let's say, features inside the product.
Yeah, so talking about that, what are some key skills or like qualities that make a
Mhm.
successful UX designer? And how do these translate into effective management skills, for example, if at all?
I would split my answer into two parts, because first one would be connected with soft skill set. And in my opinion, good UX should have like good communication skill, problem solving approach, definitely. Don't hesitate to ask questions and be a bit skeptical about answers. Workshop facilitation skill. This is, something good to have as well. And patience, because we working in iteration process. So sometimes you need to, just to delete all your work and just to start from the scratch. That's why patience. If we will jump into hard skill, I believe good UX should be experienced in data analysis, to be able connect dots and different source of data and be able just to get insights, from this data, just to understand, what kind of meaning those data have. The next thing I would say would be knowledge how to conduct usability tests, because we need to get some information from end users as well, and you should have craft, how to conduct this kind of usability tests, have abilities to design and prototype, let's say in Figma, should be able to work with design tools in efficient way. What I mean here, for example, just to be able creating design components and design libraries, it will help you just to speed up a bit your work and just to be more efficient during your daily routine, just like that.
Does these skills that you mentioned, I mean,
Mhm.
definitely the soft skills translate into effective management skills?
Yeah, definitely. So I believe, every people's manager should have good communication skill and, this problem solving approach, because you're just facing these problems, every day. So it's something. So I believe it's a good starter pack, for a manager, definitely. Um, if you know how to speak with people and have good will to get to agreement with them, you know in the way that all parties will be happy with the solution. So I believe this is something what could be great, in manager's role.
Yeah, if you know how to speak with people and actually listen to what they are saying to you. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely, because I would say that all people in the company structure, they are important. Their roles are important, and we know that they all have their KPIs to achieve as well. And if you respect people and you would like to get to agreement, by because you must cooperate with people to create something. And if just to respect them, and you have goodwill just to get to common agreement, you will create great products. And this is my approach, if you ask me, being completely honest with you.
And it's beautiful and built like on trust and the positive emotions towards collaboration and people, which is not easy sometimes, I think, because sometimes we don't realize we want to be empathetic. We want to be seen as, yeah, we are great collaborators. But I had one conversation with Judita when we were,
Mm-hmm.
actually, this podcast is in Polish. It was about communication skills, about about communicating with people, about relationship building. And and I said that most of my relationships and like the motivation behind meeting new people and getting to know them was because I was scared of them. And that's not a great motivation, but I realized that like, a few days ago that creating
Mm-hmm.
relationships where the motivation is actually coming out from being scared or or the fear, um, brings kind of, I kind of believe in changing the energy,
Mm-hmm.
exchanging the energy. So if you're like starting to give the fear out of yourself, and that's how you create the relationship, I think it
Mm-hmm.
will not last that long, and it will sooner or later break up if you will not change the reason why you start that relationship, and also build trust and positive um, more positive impact, I would say. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
impact is not a good word here, but positive intention. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
intention is a good word here. And yeah, and definitely in managerial positions, as you can as you already said, it seems like this positive intention has a huge impact on also how people see you as a manager, as a leader.
You said something important. If you know that you've got good intention, regarding others, and you just like people, you just like to approach them, and you are curious what they doing, etc. So it's definitely easier, just to meet them, get to know them, be more familiar with them, and later it's totally, easier collaborate with them because you've got like good base, for collaboration, and it's definitely easier to get to the next level with your product or project, because if you need some kind of information, you don't hesitate to approach to those people because you know that you've got good intention, and you are pretty sure that second part will have the same feeling regarding you and will help you.
I love that summary. Um, and yeah, staying in the topic of collaboration, in your experience,
Hmm.
is it important for UX and design and product teams to
Hmm.
collaborate closely? And what is the reason behind that?
Definitely, yes. Because we have common goal, and this is something what stick us together. And we would like to create useful digital product or system service. And the close collaboration is even more important in this. You know, as this digital product must be created by few parties, like technical side, I mean developers, testers probably need to just to make some kind of testing on the end, and PM of course, because you are planning the work, the roadmap, and we must probably be helpful for you guys, just to make visualization what we can do with our product and what kind of ideas we have for the next features, etc. So yeah, so we must collaborate super closely with business as well, because we need to deliver, business value in this product as well. So it's super important, and I believe we all need to collaborate in the efficient way.
So to summarize, with product, you
Mm-hmm.
need to collaborate to understand, because we have a common goal, which is satisfaction, or the proper outcome or the influence on the end user. And with business, we need to collaborate because we want to make a business impact. Yeah. So
Definitely.
whatever it's,
And
yeah.
I would add one more thing, from technical point of view as well, because this uh, the solution we will plan or we will design, and we will agree with the business and with PMO, must be possible to build, because not sometimes we as designers, we can just create everything, but not everything will be possible to build on the end. So that's why we need to collaborate closely with technology as well, because they do understand what kind of obstacles, or let's say what kind of technical debt can be, and how fast we can build something from their perspective as well. So it's like third
Oh,
part, I would say, as well.
yeah, third part, free amigos, and yeah, technology definitely is necessary because they know how to solve the problem. We can, figure out the problem. We can figure out like together how we would like this problem to be approached, but technology brings this piece of is it feasible and how we actually are going to solve that. So yeah, great that you mentioned that. And could you please like share, or do you have like any specific methods or techniques that have helped you to successfully collaborate with product and technology teams in the past?
Definitely, UX designers conduct a lot of workshops or brainstorming sessions with on different levels of design process. It's great, when on the very beginning of leaving the you know on the very beginning of part of project, for example, designer will just gather all parties we mentioned, three amigos in the same room, let's say, and will just conduct some kind of workshop to gather a lot of insights, just to have all information on the very beginning, because it's easier, and faster to get to the final, let's say, design, when you've got all information on the very beginning. So workshops, brainstorming, and it's important on every stage, super important on the very beginning, but it's great, just to include those parties and ask them about feedback on the all stages. So it's great, just to repeat those workshops or those brainstorming sessions on different levels of living the project.
Just to summarize, it's basically bringing everyone, crucial stakeholders or interested parties, to the table and working together on a solution or goal we want to achieve.
Exactly. And UX designer can just give you some tools like, facilitate workshops or brainstorming sessions, and just to make sure that everyone, free amigos, can just put, all ideas on the table, and we all are informed about, different parties' goals and possibilities, obstacles, etc., and deadlines, of course. So, you asked me about the methods and techniques, so I would say about those two mentioned.
Okay, so it seems like building trust and like effective relationships between UX department and other areas of the company can be crucial here in delivering successful
Yeah,
solutions.
I will just add about the um, regular feedback loop between three amigos. That we just creating something, we just sharing with business, with technology, with PMO, and we are sure that this level is approved by all parties. Everyone is happy, with the current stage, and we can move, let's say, or deep dive into one of the solutions, and just to spend more time developing the right thing, instead of just to wondering if we are if the final design will be like the perfect solution for all parties, because we can just make great thing which design will approve, but technology will say that we are not able to build it at all. So feedback loop, workshops and brainstorming sessions. I remember the case when we tried to conduct design sprint. We had only 5 days, and we needed to plan it well, let's say before 1 week before, because we needed some people who are quite busy, and they have their own work. And how it was. So on Monday, we just gathered all parties, three amigos, like, people from technology, business stakeholders, designers, and we just put all ideas we had for small improvements possible to deliver during 1 week, super small things. And everyone could just to put the idea on the table, and later we voted for the winner. And we had one winner, of course, and from Tuesday we started working on it, and we map people who can help us, just to achieve this goal. And on Tuesday, I remember we had like hotline, and we spent almost whole Tuesday on calls, trying to get some extra information, just to get help from other departments, etc. And I remember that I was shocked how people were helpful. They didn't avoid, just to spend their time to help us because they have their own, task, etc. They were quite curious, and quite super useful to help us with it. And I remember that on the end, on Friday, we just delivered this small solution, and it was something small, not big thing, but I remember the feeling, when you have the feeling on the end that you did something what is done. It was small thing, but it's done, and a lot of parties included into the process, and everyone, who you reached, everyone helped you, and it was something big, to be honest, for me. And I remember this, it was like few years ago, but still remember the feeling and remember the vibe during the process, during this journey, and it was amazing.
Yeah, to have one goal, to collaborate together, to bring people in, ask them for help, and at the end creating something meaningful. That's that's a good feeling. Sometimes I think even better than just sitting alone and solving the problem by yourself. Yeah, because together you can maybe mm, yeah, you can just make bigger things more impactful, just better,
Exactly.
because it's not only you but the whole team, so you can have a different perspectives, different ideas, which is also challenging sometimes to like balance that, but as you just told us, it's possible. Yeah.
It's possible. As I said, it wasn't anything big, but the feeling during the process, and the help we just received from other people, and they could say no, to us, but they didn't, so I believe everyone is 95% of people, will help you if you will ask them. That's my summary.
Yeah, it's great summary. I love it. And yeah, one of the last questions: do you believe that being a good UX designer automatically like translates you into being a good people manager? And yeah, what do you think about that?
Probably I will repeat myself, because I believe that some skill set which is necessary to become UX designer can be super useful in people's managers roles. And I mentioned about this communication, problem solving, good intention as well. We spoke about. But it's really about UX designer, what kind of careers path she or he would like to follow. And I can give you some three examples from my team, just to tell you about three completely different approaches. First of them, I had a designer in my team who was quite good regarding technical aspects of design, and his choice was to focus on design system, on building design system maintenance. Later he collaborated with front-end developers, and just to start building tokens. Tokens are design decisions, reflected on front-end side as well, and it helps in faster way make design changes on the front side. Yeah, trying to sum up, what are tokens, etc. In the same sentence. Second designer was, mostly focused on product, and was curious, how the who has influence on the roadmap, and how, can influence on it as well. And
I think I noticed it.
and this designer, of course, this designer would like to, just to follow product lead careers path, in this direction, just to influence on the product shaping, the future of the product as well, and trying to influence on it. And I had a designer in my team who is really gifted regarding people, regarding supporting people, other designers, regarding setting and improving ways of working as well. And this person, I believe this person will be great, as a people's manager in the nearest future. I hope. I keep my fingers crossed for this person, to be honest. So as you can see, there are, many career paths for UX designers, and of course you can just jump into PMO. I believe so. It's one of the possible careers path as well, and just to grow as PM. And yeah, it's up to you. What is closer to your heart and your desire, and what kind of appetite you've got in your professional life.
So yeah, definitely. As you told, there are different paths that UX designers, that UX people can follow, depending on their talents, depending on their predispositions. I think it's sometimes easier to not fight with your good traits, I would say, or talents, and just follow them and develop them, and then developing in different areas which are like your shadows, let's say, or just not the areas that you're good at. Yeah, you can also start focusing on them, but first I think it's important to assess what you're good at and build on that. Following up on that, what we're talking about choosing the right way for you, do you think that UX designer should be closer to technology or aspire to become a UX people manager? I believe that we already answered that, but I just want to confirm that, yeah,
Hmm.
that I understand well.
I believe both. You should be close to technology because it's our craft. We need to understand how technology works, and all departments related with technology, how they work, and we need to collaborate to in creation process of new products, etc. But definitely, you as a UX designer, you've got great skill set and great starter pack to become people's manager as well. And I believe empathy, problem solving, communication, it will help you to manage people in all departments.
Definitely, these skills will help you to be not only a good manager but be just a better person, I think, and a better team player or team member. So, Magda, following up on what you just said about developing your career, developing your skills, being close to technology, being close to people, and yeah, just finding your way of development. If you could take a step back and meet yourself from 10 years ago, what career or life advice would you give yourself?
It's great questions. Okay. I would have two advices. One of them would be for Magda as a UX designer, and I would say to her, Magda, don't be afraid if you don't know or don't understand something in project, but it's on you to find the right person and ask to help fill out the gap or fill out the knowledge gap. And the second one would be for Magda as a leader for people, for team. You don't need to be super serious as a manager to be respected by your team. Because I remember, a few years ago when I became UX designers team lead, that my first thought was they will not respect me at all because I am too soft. I am too soft person. And after so many years, in this role, I know that it's not the most important thing. If you respect people and you support them, you are close to them, in their problems, and so it's good enough, just to receive respect as a manager back from them.
Just to be yourself again, yeah? Don't try to be seen as someone else. Just show your true self to others and, yeah, have good intentions again, yeah? Supporting and helping them.
Exactly, and they can feel it, and they know if you are real regarding them, and they will just appreciate it, just like that.
I love these lessons. I'm going to take them for my life and career also. Maybe I'll note it somewhere. And yeah, in a year, in the next year, in December 2024, I'm going to share all my learnings from the past year from the experts that were in this podcast. Yeah, that's a nice plan. Okay, Magda, as for where listeners can find you, could you please provide more information about, I don't know, you have any channels or platforms that you're actively using where the users can follow you or something?
Of course. Please, if you would like to contact me, I am on LinkedIn, Magdalena Ptak. And if you read some articles as well and you are curious about UX design, so please find me on Medium. I just drop from time to time some articles there. So please, yeah, please contact me if you wish. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Magda. Thank you for accepting the invite, for being the first person that I'm speaking and recording in English, which is a challenge for both of us, I believe. So, yeah, thank you for believing in me and being here today with me, experiencing for the first time something new. Love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you, Beata. I totally appreciate it because for me, it's something I did very first time in my lifetime as well. So it's cool experience, just to go out of my comfort zone, speaking English in podcasts. So it's double tough. So thanks a lot for this invitation, and I am super happy. And it was, I hope, valuable and good talk conversation between us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. I definitely enjoyed that. So, for one person, it was valuable. I have my learnings, so yeah, you can be proud of yourself, Magda. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for joining me on another episode of Doing It My Way. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to subscribe. Remember, this podcast is a dynamic journey, and your feedback shape its course. Connect with me on social media. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, and topic suggestions. And stay tuned for upcoming episodes. And until next time, keep doing it your way.